Good evening, family. This is Dr. Kia Pruitt. It is Thursday, January the 26th, 2023, and the time of this recording is 4:42 p.m. And as promised, I have a very special treat for you all. We have Mel Carmine from XRPQFSTeam1 here with us, talking to us about so many things, whatever he desires, but mainly about XRP, digital assets, and all of those things that you all have asked me to ask him. So before we get into our discussion today, let me give you just a brief introduction about this wonderful man. Mel Carmine is an international podcaster and an entrepreneur who believes in the American dream. Mel has devoted the last 5 years of his life to evangelizing the benefits of the new quantum financial system that we call the QFS. He's been evangelizing this system to every person, every ordinary person on Main Street to help them improve the quality of their lives. Born in Sicily, the eldest of 4 children, Mel has immigrated to the United States as a young child and helped raise his family. Help his family run their first piece of business in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Overcoming many setbacks, including a fire that burned down their building, Mel helped his family rebound, and eventually he expanded their business throughout Eastern New Jersey. At the age of 38, he left to start and run his very own successful business called Sopranos in South Beach, Florida, that great free state of Florida. After the sale of Sopranos, Mel followed his talent for connecting people to solutions by running sales and marketing teams. He focused on the deregulation of energy markets, a business sector that was hit very, very hard by the CV lockdowns. Rebounding after that, though, from adversity, he began podcasting through social media channels and has had international audiences of well over 110,000 people who enjoy listening to him discuss the biggest transfer of wealth in the history of planet Earth, as well as discussing Jasara and Nasara via the quantum financial system. When Mel Carmine is not busy podcasting about finances and healing technologies, he enjoys spending his quality time living in Costa Rica with his lovely wife, Amber, where he likes to ride his dune buggy on the beach and eat, fresh, sweet mangoes. La Bella Vida! Having said that, family, I welcome to our platform, Mel Carmine.
You're awesome. There's an old saying, if you set yourself on fire, people will come watch you burn.
Wow.
And you are ablaze.
Thank you. Thank you, Mel. I'm so excited to have you here today because most of my audience already know who you are. So they've been following you religiously, and they ask me questions about things that I just honestly, I don't know about, Mel. This is your area. So you're the expert, and I'm going to just yield the floor to you to talk about XRP digital assets. And what is that? What does that mean? Why should you have it?
Well, if you know anything about me, I always like to cater to the newest person simply because the rest of the world is still not here. The masses are not even close to being here. A lot of them are literally scared to death to even look at the subject, never mind study it or delve into it, because it is such a challenging task. And we understand that. But I tell you, look, if an old pizza guy with average intelligence can figure it out, with surrounding themselves with a few people and everybody's got a piece of the puzzle, and then we just talk about each, what I know about this piece of the puzzle and about that piece of the puzzle, and we bring it together and it starts to take on a whole picture, it becomes easy. That's why we build a network. It's why we build, the Telegram groups, which will be down below. You join and you ask questions. You have to become an asshole in life. If you ask, you shall receive, and then you start to go to our website, which is QFS1776.com, which is the holy grail of what's to come. We put it together in very simple layman's terms. We took the most dynamic videos, the most elementary videos, we put it in a chronological order where the average Joe Blow, the average Jane Doe could understand the average grandmother, the average 14-year-old. Anybody can understand as long as you watch the videos top to bottom. We put it in a very, very nice, eloquent manner where if you go through the material, you'll get the picture. You'll get the basic picture of what's coming, and then you'll get what I call the aha moment. And then you'll come into our Telegram groups and you start talking to the patriots, you start talking to our administrators, and you start to get interested in XRP, and you start to realize, hey, maybe these guys are onto something. Maybe it's true. Maybe I do need to own this asset class. And then you just take it and you get it and put it on these wallets, okay, in our website, which is very, very thorough, okay, to say the least. We have under resources, for example, there is a link that to 2 videos. I think one is by James, I can't think of his name, James Rule XRP, great guy. And there's another video through another gentleman that teaches you how to use these things. It's a 6-minute, each video is like 6-minute video. Very simple. You want to put it on these. Why? Because this is where it's safe. The links down below will take you directly to the manufacturer. Okay, because if you buy these off any link online thinking that, oh yeah, I'm buying it from the manufacturer, a lot of times you end up buying them from the hackers. And they'll send them to you with the seed words already in there, which you're not supposed to do that, okay? And so they know exactly when you log in, they'll know exactly how much you purchased, and they will steal your money because they already have the seed word phrases which they gave you, which you're supposed to create, okay? So I'm giving you some tidbits here that are priceless, absolutely priceless. So, because I've had people call me, doctor, say, oh, I bought the wallets and my money's gone. Really? Because you purchased them from the hacker. But if I buy them from you, Mel, you're going to make $4.28. Really? Come on. Right. Yeah. So, the challenges are plentiful, but, if you don't want me to make money, obviously you don't like me, then you should just change the channel. Right. Go somewhere else. Simple as that. I'm here to protect the little guy. We're not going to make millions of dollars with hardware wallets. That much I can assure you, okay? Yeah. So, the story of the XRP started many, many years ago, Doc. Okay. And I want to keep it simple, stupid. And again, I want to cater to the new people because 0.00005 of the world's population here is 175 million people worldwide, okay, that are involved with the digital assets. Okay. That means there's still about 7.8 billion people that are not here yet. Most of them are scared to death. Yeah. Most of them know it's coming. Most of them know they were right, but most of them are literally taking a dump in their pants. They're taking a shit in their pants because they are deadly afraid of the unknown. But the problem is that we are burning down the old system to the ground, not maybe 100,000%. And there's going to be nothing to go back to. And for the people who refuse to wake up, I feel sorry for you. Okay. Because you know what? It's not something you can avoid. You really have no choice in the matter. I don't know if I'm stressing that enough. So, but the story started a long time ago with Bitcoin. It started with David Schwartz, which I believe David Schwartz, I've said this story a million times. Again, this is for the new people, and I'm catering to the new people because you're not here yet. And we want all of you to come. Okay? Yeah. That's what we want. So, David Schwartz worked for, actually, let's go to the beginning of time. And I've told the story many times. It lives on the internet on many of my videos. But for your audience, the new people that are just joining you, and the new people that are just joining me, and the new people that are thinking about joining, they haven't even hit the subscribe button yet. This is for you, okay? The story goes 1988. David Schwartz, who I believe he's not from around here, okay, goes and puts a patent on blockchain technology. There's only one problem. We're still on dial-up. Okay. Wow. Blockchain and dial-up don't work too well together. Now, you could go look it up. You could find out that David Schwartz, who I believe is AKA Satoshi Nakamoto, and I'll get to that story here in a little bit, was the guy who put the patent on the blockchain. Fast forward year 1999, 2000, around there, he goes to work for one of those 4-letter agencies called DARPA. At DARPA, because he's one of the most brilliant programmers in the world, okay, They said, listen, son, we're in a lot of trouble. They probably approached them maybe in 2006, 2007, already seeing the writing on the wall, knowing that the housing bubble and everything's about to come on down crashing. They said, you are it, son. You're going to have to create the next monetary system. But because they didn't know yet that proof of work doesn't work, the mining and the I'm trying to keep this as not so complicated for the newest person, where you basically are mining the coin by solving problems. And when you create that mathematical problem and you solve it, you're awarded some tokens, some Bitcoin. Back in the day, you could have made a fortune doing this. Today, it's not so profitable anymore because of the halving. Every few years, you can only get half of what you used to do, but you have to use even more energy to get that half. And it's not, mathematics and business just don't add up. So without trying to get you guys too confused, so they realized that the proof of work and the mining and getting awarded this Bitcoin was not really, where it's at, because to move a couple of Bitcoins, it could take as much 5 or 6 hours, or it could take a couple of days sometimes, depending on how backed up the network is. And their Lightning network, which they tried to make it go faster, has failed miserably. Up until now, they have not been able to fix it. And I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I'm just a pizza guy. What do I know, right? But I could tell you that they're not going to fix it. And I could tell you that it's going to go away, because the Bitcoin was used for things that the dollar was used for too,
Yes.
Drugs, money laundering. Okay. Don't let them kid you that, the dollar's holy and you can't do that stuff with the dollar. So they knew that they had a problem. They knew that the housing the crash was coming, and they had to fix it. So they said, Schwartz, you're it, buddy. You got to invent the next monetary system. Hopefully you can get us out of this mess. The problem is Bitcoin doesn't work. And the only guy that can go back and fix Bitcoin is David Schwartz, Satoshi Nakamoto. And boom, voila. About the same time, maybe 6 months, 8 months later, XRP, the XRP ledger, the one that's never made a mistake, the one that's scalable to 3.5 trillion transactions per second, the one that's already moved trillions of dollars, is born. The one that's scalable to 3.5 trillion, I didn't stutter when I said that, transactions per second, is born. And so we know that we're getting ready to go into this Jassara world, and I've proved it in spades, even though I have a lot more people that don't want to come on camera than the ones that do. My friend Autumn is about to come on camera. She just called me about 3-4 weeks ago. We just got to schedule it. Hey, Mel, I got debt forgiveness. My student loan went away.
Yay.
I've been saying this all along. This is happening. Yeah. Now, I don't think it's going to happen fast under this administration, because this administration is not worthy of such a achievement. Okay, let's call it that for a lack of a better term. So I think things are going to happen. These are just little breadcrumbs to get people thinking. Maybe the guy with the big chair down in Costa Rica is right. Maybe he's right. No, I'm not maybe right. I'm 100,000% right. Okay, I've done at least 6 or 7 shows on debt forgiveness. I'm proving it. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Okay, I got more people coming. I got people that came to the show one time that want to come for a second time because they got more debt forgiveness.
Wow.
Okay, so it's happening now. Are they going to turn on a spigot and the whole world all of a sudden doesn't have to pay their mortgages or their student loans or their car loans? I don't think so. I think 45 needs to get back, So with that said, we fixed the monetary system with this XRP. The struggle we're having and the price manipulation and the Mexican standoff is with the banksters. The banksters understand one thing: their goose is cooked.
Yes.
Okay. We don't need to have, because see, the XRP is a bridge currency. It's a global bridge currency. I'll say it again. It's a global bridge currency. It's never made a mistake. Why in the world do we need a central bank digital currency, another bridge on the blockchain? The short answer is we don't.
Okay.
They know we don't. They know their time is up. They know that if they want to exist, they're going to have to utilize a software called PolySign. That's coming. That's going to be a major breadcrumb. One major breadcrumb came a few weeks back. It's called Flare Spark Token. Some of you who've been in this game long enough just got a airdrop, free money. Boom.
Wow.
I know we did. Okay. And that, you see, people say in order to make the XRP work, you need a spark in the engine. That spark is here. It's little tidbits at a time. Now they're going to give you the PolySign. And then they're going to say, oh, the lawsuit, the Kabuki Theater lawsuit is over, which has been over October 1st. You know, this is a movie. You're in the 17th letter of the alphabet movie.
Yes.
Everything you see down in Washington, D.C. When was the last time you saw Washington, D.C., for example, closed down like this? The IRS, the Federal Reserve, the Treasury. I mean, I could go on. And Richard, citizen journalist, bless his heart. Richard, I keep saying, if anybody out there can get the Richard Citizen, I want him on my show. He's amazing. And he drives around and he brings the proof to the table. And Nancy Drew, she goes down there and she brings the proof to the table. You can't deny what this is. If you are a denier, go down there with your own camera, go knock on the door of the IRS. Say, hey, is anybody home? You know?
Yes.
Is anybody home?
Yeah. Right.
Do it. Don't complain. You don't trust those two cats, you become the third cat.
Right.
So I mean, look, we could sit here and make a 10-hour podcast and we would only be scratching the surface. I'm going fast and I'm going slow, but I'm trying to keep it simple. Okay. So the XRP is the one, the XLM is the one, the XDC is the one. These are the ISO 20020. Okay. Those are the ones you need to own. Don't try and figure it out. We've been here for 6-7 years, some of us longer than that. Okay. We know what we're talking about. Okay. So don't try to reinvent the wheel. We know that the ISOs will be the ones that will survive. According to my good friend, you know, XRP Lion 1. I was the one, by the way, that let the lion out of the cage. Okay. He appeared on my show for the first time. You can go follow him over at Twitter. He's got a big following over there. And so he said, hey, man, he goes, I got to come on your show. Now, this is not me saying, so please understand. I don't want to say, oh, Mel said, no. Jim Valley recently got in touch with the Lion, said, I want you to go on Mel's show. We did a second show that Amber's about to release here any day, probably either today, tomorrow, it's going to be out. And they're saying, not Mel, they are saying, I don't need XRP to go to, you know, buy out of $500,000 for me to retire. I could do it on 50, 60 bucks, $100 would be plenty. If it goes way beyond that, wonderful. I'm not for sale, guys. There's a few things that I will sacrifice along the way to keep the rain off the roof, but the XRP, the XLM, the XCC will not be the ones that I will sell. Those will be not to be sacrificed. So they said, now this guy has got a direct, contact source. He talks to God. God, he told me, he said that he talks to God almost every day. He says, God calls me the Gideon. I don't even know what the Gideon was until he brought it up. Supposedly there was some guy in some, Jewish war along the way that was called the Gideon. I got to go read about that because I need to know who God is comparing me to. Right. So he's saying that the buyout is going to be much, much bigger. Now, he is part of the task force with Jim Valley. He said this on my video. And he said that the buyout is going to be 500,000 and maybe above that. Okay. This is going to be a monster because people have to understand the one thing that I keep saying over and over and over again, because I got to drive it home. We're moving into a completely different world that's going to be so much more demanding, monetarily speaking. I'm talking about moving mountains, financially speaking. We're talking about a 10x factor, not to quote my favorite entrepreneur of all time, Grant Cardone. Okay, it's a 10x.
Who show you hacked the other one day.
Exactly. I love Grant. Grant's amazing. So a 10x factor from where we're going, a 5 quadrillion to 50 quadrillion. It's a lot of money, folks. And you're not going to move 50 quadrillion. And he says it's going to be bigger than 50 quadrillion. He said, I'm being conservative.
Wow. Wow.
Okay. So he says it could be much bigger than 50 quadrillion movement of money in this new world that we're going into, where, Southeast Asia, 90% unbanked. What is it? Most of Africa, 90% unbanked. India, 90% unbanked. Then you got the UBI. You got all of this new stuff that wasn't around before. That is all of a sudden the Zims and the dinars and the dongs and everything's got to travel through something digitally.
That's right.
And the one that could do the heavy lifting, the 99,000-pound gorilla that's in the room. Nobody wants to talk about the 99. It's right there. He's right there. I could see him, but nobody wants to acknowledge it. And it blows my mind. The XRP Army 1.0. I can't wait. I'm going to get myself one of those 17th letter pinky rings, and they're going to have to come kiss the pinky ring. You know what I mean? When it's all said and done, because I know I'm going to be right.
Yes, yes.
Ask the next question. I know that was a long-winded answer.
Oh, no, I appreciate it because you're helping me to understand it. One of the things that's been hard for me is not being able to hold it. So I'm wondering, how can we reassure people that it's still in your possession, even though you don't hold it in your hands? Like silver and gold, you can hold in your hands.
Sure.
So, okay, is that a nano ledger?
Nano ledger.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Right down below, you go to the link. I make $4.28. I'll buy a third of a sushi roll with the inflation factor. Okay. Okay. That's it right there.
Okay.
You lose these. Let's say you flush these things down the toilet accidentally.
Yes.
Or your dog eats them, or you run over it with your dune buggy. Okay. You go right back to the live app on the internet. You order another one. You log in. You plug these things in, voila, you're back in business.
Wow, that's reassuring. Okay.
It sure is.
Okay.
But these right here, you could put trillions of dollars on these things, technically and theoretically speaking.
Okay.
And you can put in your pocket just in case the bad guys win, but I don't think the bad guys are winning.
And so,
at least not from where I'm looking.
So you had mentioned this system moves money. Is it connected to the quantum financial system, or it is the quantum financial?
Oh, it is the quantum financial system. We
quantum.
are the heart.
Okay.
XRP will be the bus that drives Nasara Jasara, the Zims, the dinars, all of it.
Wow. So it's gold backed. It's gold and silver backed. It's asset backed.
It's the gold, in my opinion. See, this is where I go completely opposite than everybody else. Everybody else, like, I'm the salmon. Remember, doctor, I'm the salmon that swims upstream, right?
Yes.
And the reason why I'm the salmon that swims upstream is because if you were to buy, say, 500 pounds worth of silver right now, and you got it stored in your house, that's like putting a bullseye on your head.
That's right.
Right? Yes. But what if they tokenize all of the silver and all of the gold, where nobody can finagle the bagel, right? And they put it on the blockchain, and your gold is on these things.
But what about the people that
it doesn't weigh 500 pounds? You can put it in your pocket, and you can go drive. You're not going to put 500 pounds worth of silver in your Chevrolet and go driving around town.
You're right. But what would you say about to the people that will say, I'm not sure if I feel comfortable doing that, because they could steal it? The powers that be can steal it out.
The blockchain is the most precise thing in the world, because if it wasn't, okay, and the bad guys could still steal and rape and pillage, this turkey would have been out of the oven a long time ago. But because it's so precise, and nobody could steal not even 1/2 a penny.
Wow.
Ever.
Wow.
That's what they're so afraid of, because their goose is cooked. These are evil bastards.
Yeah.
Okay. And they've been running on stealing and raping and pillaging off of our backs. The Rockefellers became fabulously wealthy, and the Vanderbilts and the Rothschilds and all these families. They've done it all enslaving us.
Yes.
The enslavement is about to be over.
Yes.
We're about to be freed.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you can join us and learn about this stuff and become a podcaster. Hopefully you become bigger than me and her combined.
Yes.
And we'll applaud you. We'll say,
yay!
Somebody else is running with the ball. We don't have to work that hard, Dr.
Absolutely.
Pruitt. Hallelujah, right?
Hallelujah. I keep hearing people say, and I heard you say too, that this lawsuit is over. Was it a lawsuit against XRP? What was it exactly?
It's the lawsuit of the century. It's the biggest lawsuit in the history of finances. And they're trying to compare it to some lawsuit about some oranges back in 1938 that have nothing to do with digital assets. And they're trying to implement oranges, horse and buggy bullshit with, the modern world that we're graduating to this, 21st century world that's on steroids. It's pathetic. And, look, at the end of the day, a lot of these guys who ran the world, a lot of them are not who they are anymore. They've been dealt with.
Yes.
And all you guys that are part of that 17th movement, you know exactly what we're talking about.
Yes.
I want to keep it under the radar because I just got a strike on YouTube, unfortunately. Yeah. So my primary channel, I'm in jail for a week. It's crazy, I can't wait for somebody to step up, whether it's Elon or whoever, and just buy this darn thing, because you'll grow to 1 million people. I'm maybe not as good as you are. Maybe I'll grow to 500,000 people. Don't stifle me, man. Don't control my potential growth, my fullest potential. I want to be able to rock. You know what I mean? And I want to be able to bring as many people with us as possible.
That's right.
We're going to be the new ruling class.
Ooh, I love that.
You know what I mean? They have a
Yes.
problem with that. They don't like us. Look at the every way possible that they try to, again, I'm going to try to stay under the radar, where they try to stifle us on our health, on our wealth, on our well-being, keeping us under constant stress. Everywhere you turn, they got their hand in your pocket. There's a tax if you park the car. You go into the drugstore, you got to pay tax on that. You got to go to the grocery store. All the packaged goods are taxed.
Yes.
It's pathetic.
It is pathetic.
Capital gains tax, property tax, income tax. Tax.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
And if you don't pay it, we'll take away. If you don't do it, we'll take away your property. We'll take away your possessions if you don't pay it.
Right. It's time for them to go. We got to put a new set of rules that make sense.
Yes.
And we have to be paid back.
Yeah.
Retribution for all this crap.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Speaking of retribution, this is a Hebrew year, I think, of 5786, I believe. And it is in Hebrew the year of retribution. So this year is symbolized in a Hebrew letter that's called a Gamel, and it looks like a man walking. And so the Gamel actually represents retribution. And I think that's amazing to hear you say we need to be paid back retribution, because 2023, as it correlates to the Hebrew year, is the time of retribution. So we can see the Creator working right now, even in, just the way the year is set up.
Absolutely.
I want to shift the focus just a little bit and ask you about Janet Yellen, the United States Treasury Secretary, making an announcement that the United States has reached the debt ceiling. I think it was something like $31.2 trillion. So if we reach the debt ceiling and you can't go any higher, do you think there are any implications for us in terms of maybe that old system will crumble or be dismantled, since there's no more for them to do, nowhere else for them to go?
For all we know, Janet Yellen and all these actors are all controlled by the White Hats. They're not who they are.
Okay.
And everything is being controlled by the White Hats to burn the old system down to the ground deliberately. This way we have nothing to go back to deliberately. Okay. I pay zero attention to the old world. Because I don't want to put my energy into the old world. I want to put my energy into what I see that's coming. And what I see coming vividly more than anything is the XRP, the XLM, the XDC, the Jasara Nasara. And if there's anybody out there that has debt forgiveness, you contact me, put, I have debt forgiveness in the subject line. I have debt forgiveness in the subject line. And you send me an email to QFS1776@gmail, and I will put your ass on camera. Bring me your documentation, because documentation speaks a lot louder than conversation. Okay. Because we want to shut down all these naysayers. Oh, Mel, just one or two, it's not okay. Give us another 6 months, a year, 2 years, and you will see what happens.
Yes. So, I hear people say, speaking of the old system, that it's crumbling, it's crashing. We should be worried. We should be afraid. But what I hear you saying is that needs to be done in order to usher in Nasara, the quantum financial system, and XRP.
Exactly. But I'll tell you what, it's happening right now, and I'll tell you why it's happening. 'Cause I get proof, little tidbits every day. You know, I'm one of the guys that's connected to a bunch of brokers all over the world that can get you any amount of XRP that you want. And people call me, and I screen their calls for about, 8 to 10 minutes. And then I send them to the broker, and they deal direct, etc. So I'm talking to this lady the other day, Mrs. Chung, okay, who owns a seamstress company. She's got a bunch of people working from home doing seamstress work. And she's an entrepreneur. She's a little cute little thing. And she's Korean. And she's got the accent to prove it. She said, Mel, you're not going to believe this. I sent the money into your broker and it landed right away. I said,
I got chills.
Yeah. Listen to this. I says, Mrs. Chung. She goes, yes. She goes, I know. QFS. Okay. So it's happening. It really is happening. Does it happen to everybody? I don't know why they pick who they pick. I don't know why some people send in a wire to my broker and it takes still 5, 6, 7 days. And I don't know why some people send it and it lands immediately, like Mrs. Chung. I'm telling you, it's here. I'm telling you, they're running power. Listen, when they got to go, because it's go time for real, not dress rehearsal.
Yeah.
You will know.
Okay.
You know, I shave my head for the occasion. I look good. I'm going to take the hat off. And I'm going to, I shave my head for the occasion because I know we're in a storm. I don't never have to worry about my hair getting messed up.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I want to do it looking good while we do it, right?
Yes. Yes.
So listen, there's a lot of stuff happening. The XRP Army 1.0, I love them to death, but they are going to have to snap out of their coma. They're preaching mainstream media. They're copying CNN, Communist News Network. Stop talking about Janet Yellen and Gary and all this nonsense baloney that doesn't mean anything, and join us, because this is the story. You're going to need some practice. You're going to mess this up for the first 2 or 3 months. Okay. You're going to need some practice. You might have to go to our website, QFS1776.com, and get schooled, because this is what's coming. I got a guy, I won't even mention his name. Okay. And we may or may not do the podcast. I don't know yet. It's a certain guy who's got muscles, who likes to sit in front of the sofa. I like him. He's a cool guy. He said, yeah, tell Mel that if I do the podcast, we're not talking about Jasara and Asara. No, dog, you ain't dictating terms. I'm going into the new world. You want to stay stuck in that old world, you're more than welcome to. I love you to death, brother. But, hey, listen. Hey, listen to me. It's Jasara and Asara.
Right. That's right.
It's not the old world. You want to live in that world? And you want to sit in front of your sofa and talk about Janet Yellen for the next 5 years? Janet Yellen ain't here right now. This guy, he gets on one of his videos the other day, not too long ago, 3-4 months ago. Wow, I've never seen this before. Squadrons of helicopters, like, 5, 6 at a time, like, 29 batches of them flying over his house. Yeah, bro, it's called 17.
Yeah, right.
Right.
We're here. It's the era of Nasara. It's Jasara, the era of XRP, because we're being liberated, as you say. So you talked about going to that website and getting a nano ledger as well. Where do you actually buy it from? So you buy it from somewhere and then store it in a nano ledger.
We have my wife has a link right down below.
Okay.
You get it from the link. Guaranteed. Your insurance policy is that you're going to go not to the hacker. You're going to go directly to the manufacturer. That's your insurance policy. Don't worry about me making $4.22. Okay.
Okay. So, I thought that was the nano ledger. So you don't have to buy it from somewhere else and then store it.
You buy it from the nano ledger, but the link that we provide, because when you go online, right, all these hackers set up, cloned websites, just like we have cloned people down in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
We have cloned websites.
Okay.
And when you go and you buy it, it looks exactly identical. The colors, the layout, everything's the same, except you're buying it from the hacker.
Okay.
And because you're not suspecting, they'll send you a box that's been tampered with, and they'll send you the seed phrases already pre-written. In other words, they pick the seed phrases for you when you're supposed to pick them. So that's how you know if you ever by accident order one of these things and you get it from the hacker and he gives you the seed phrases already pre-written, that is a hacked ledger.
Okay.
Okay. And they're going to come steal your money. Don't do it. Get it from the links below.
Okay. So if I understand you correctly, we will have XRP and XRP digital assets, and some people will have that and silver and gold or precious metals, right? Is that correct?
Silver and gold. You sell silver and gold for Miles Franklin, and so do I. I love Andy. He's great. I mean, look, you could buy it from her. I don't care. You could buy it from me. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It all comes out in the wash. We're not here to try and make millions of dollars. That's not where our hearts are. Our hearts are getting people properly positioned with the proper assets so that you don't get slaughtered.
Absolutely. Yes,
that's it.
You and I both are affiliates with Miles Franklin. What's your code number?
Mel, Mel Carmine is the promo code.
Okay,
that's it. Mel Carmine.
Okay.
$8 billion in sales. Been around for 33 years. They are direct to several mints. Okay, they're the cheapest price out there. Don't even waste your time looking for a cheaper price. And they deliver the gold directly or silver directly to your door. Hello, is anybody home?
And they've never had one single complaint. That's what I love about them. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. You cannot find anybody else. Yeah,
fantastic. Yeah, but Mel, you're gonna make $12.12. Great. That's what drives me crazy, man.
And me too. And I don't want to say it, Mel. Sometimes I want to say, do you want to see my check? It's not thousands of dollars.
Exactly. I was just talking to David from Outlook, Digital Outlook. We just did a podcast that we released. By the way, we have two channels. One ends with both identical. One ends with a 1 and one ends with a 2. One is in jail for another 6 days. It is what it is. So we just released it on channel 2, which is an epic. I mean, David from Digital Outlook and I, when we get together, we capture lightning in a bottle. It's like, wow. And it's an epic podcast. Yeah. So Dave's he's XRP Army 1.5. He's graduating slowly. He believes that Nasara Jasara is the real deal. He's still not preaching it, but he says, Mel, you're not wrong. No, you're not wrong. So because of that, I give him an extra 5 points. I give him a XRP Army 1.50. Okay. It's not exactly 2.0 yet.
Are there any other things that you're into, Mel, that you would like for our audience to know about?
You ask away, girl. Anything you want to know, I will give you my best answer possible.
Okay.
Yes.
So one time, because your wife was so gracious enough to send me something, can I talk about that?
Sure.
So she sent me something and it was amazing. And I talked about how I'll let you talk about what it does to the water, but when you drink it, it does things to your body. It allows
You're talking about the iTerra?
Yes, I call it the magic wand.
Yeah.
Can you tell everybody about this magic
wand? Absolutely. Again, we look, we preach, how to become wealthy. We're all interested in becoming wealthy, but what good is all the wealth in the world if you ain't healthy?
That's right.
Nothing.
That's right.
Zero. You could take all the wealth and stick it where the sun doesn't shine. Right?
Right.
The technology is a frequency technology. And, Robert Einstein said the medicine of tomorrow will be all frequency based, something along those lines. I think we have the saying over on our website somewhere.
Okay.
And he's right. The Rife machine years ago, back in the 1930s, why did they get rid of the Rife machine? If the Rife machine didn't work, there would be no reason to get rid of the Rife machine. There'd be no reason to put Rife in jail. They put him in jail, right? Because it worked. So it's the actual frequency does not heal the body. It's the body that says, oh, I understand my role. And the cells start to produce healthy cells. Everybody, every one of us, all 7-8 billion people on planet Earth have a built-in doctor inside our system. But in order for the body to recognize that doctor, you have to be in the right atmosphere. Correct? Yes. So if you have the right atmosphere, for example, and the cells know how to reproduce healthy cells, in the billions and billions and billions and billions and billions,
Yes.
what happens? The body goes into repair mode. And it's so intelligent. Like, for example, another thing that I'm getting involved with, we're delayed in Chula Vista. I'm sorry to announce we're going to be delayed at least 3-4 weeks, probably the end of March now instead of the end of February, with the scalar wave technology. Again, another technology that does not heal the body. It just provides the atmosphere so that the body knows how to heal the body.
It's beautiful. Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
And it works. I mean, if you allow me to share your screen with you, if I could find videos, I will show videos of my mom. And I've done this on many videos, but I gotta keep doing it. I got to keep doing it because it is important. Yeah, here they are. Here they are. Allow me to share the screen.
Okay, oh, where do I go?
Hit the green button. See the green button down at the bottom?
Yes.
And allow. And the one in the middle, it says allow something, allow to share screen.
In the middle? No, it just says, I see the screen. Do I click on that and click share?
No. I'm going to click share. There should be one that says to the right of the green arrow going up. There should be an arrow pointing up. Click on that.
Okay.
And it should say allow screen share.
Oh, allow screen share. Okay.
Okay, you got it? Now I'm going to blow your audience's mind because I'm sure your audience doesn't know.
Okay. So,
take your time. Take your time.
So I see this. I see the arrow that goes up.
Just now there's 3 choices. The one in the middle should be the one.
Okay. The only thing I see when I do that, it says I see the screen, I see whiteboard and iPhone pad. I don't know what that is. Hold on, baby. Let me try it one more time.
Sure.
Okay. One participant can share at a time, multiple.
That's the one. Multiple participants.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, here we go. This is my mother. We sent her to a location. Now, my mother's, I always, describe my mother as the car that was been laying in the junkyard. Tell me if you could see my screen, Doctor.
Yes, I can see it. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome.
Now, you see those monitors there in the corner? Those are the monitors I'm talking about.
Yes.
Right?
Hi, Mom.
Okay, here we go. This is my mom. First day she landed with, this was October 8th. Okay. See those monitors? Those are the ones that are putting out the scalar wave energy. Okay. She's walking as if she's about to fall. Yeah. She's walking as, like, look at her. See her fingers? Yeah, she's like, almost like trying to hold on to something, correct? I do.
Yes.
All right. Now, that's her first day. Okay. Now, let me blow your doors off. This is day number 5.
What?
Does that look like the same person to you?
Not at all. You're kidding.
I'm not.
Oh my God.
The technology of tomorrow is here today.
Looks so happy.
This is the technology, I believe, that will allow the body to heal itself to the point where we could live 300-400 years. It's here now.
Wow. Wow.
This is exciting. That's my mom. She's not an actress.
Oh, that's so beautiful, Mel.
Look at this. I'm gonna blow your doors off for the 3rd time. Allow me. Okay. This is day 5. Now let's fast forward and let's go 5 weeks.
Okay.
This is my mom 5 weeks later, dancing with her dog.
No.
Is that the same person?
Not at all. Wow.
Okay. Look at that. That dog, by the way, loves her.
Wow.
Amazing. Okay. Now, she marinated in that technology, mind you, for an entire 2 months. Exactly. Okay. I will stop sharing my screen. Okay, here we are.
Wow.
Okay. She marinated in that technology for 2 months.
Wow.
The technology is here. So people say medical beds don't exist. Really? Are you sure about that?
Wow, that was so beautiful.
The next thing you know, I'll be doing a show and I'll have some guy coming out the other side and they're not 72, but they're 27. It's coming.
Yes.
And I would love to be one of the first ones to show that.
Yeah.
Okay. The difference between this technology and the med bed, you need millions and millions and millions because you can only do one person at a time. Okay. With this technology, not to get off track, but folks, You need your health before you need your health before you get to your wealth. Okay. No health, no wealth. You'll be dead. Okay. This technology allows the telomeres to grow the other way. Again, the telomeres recognize the technology and they do it on their own. The technology does not heal you.
Okay.
Technology has nothing to do with it. We just provide the atmosphere so that the body can heal the body. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is when I saw this with Dr. Sandra Rose Michael, and she was doing a podcast with Jason Shirka, and I saw this video that's got like 400,000 hits today. And we just blew it out wide open. There's about, 35, 40 centers that came through me personally that are up and running right now. And most of them came through Jason for bringing this out to the world. And I could tell you that there was a story in that particular first initial interview where a doctor who was a retired surgeon who had a little bit of this. I don't know too many surgeons that don't have this.
Right.
He bought 40 of these units, about $200,000 worth for his house.
Wow.
True story. The guy was dying. His prostate cancer, his body healed its own prostate cancer in literally less than 12 hours. Never came back.
Wow. Wow.
Story lives on the internet. Go to Jason Shirka's channel. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
His hair was falling out. It was white. His hair grew back. He took the walker. He thought he was going to go to the wheelchair. He took the walker, threw it away. He's walking, no problem. His hair grew back, and now his hair is coming back black.
Wow.
8 months, 9 months later.
That's so beautiful.
He's 83 years old, or should I say 83 years young, because no one's ever died of old age. No one. 83 years young. He's back on the tennis court, whooping the asses of 55-year-old men. Yeah. The technology is here now.
Is it affordable, Mel?
It's affordable to go and do hour sessions, but to open up a center, it will set you back over $100,000 for a 24-unit system, which is what's recommended. Okay. We're opening up in Chula Vista. We're going to do a month because we're going to put our money where our mouth is, free of charge, unlimited for the hours of operation. You come in, if there's no chairs, bring your yoga mat, lay down on the floor, relax, absorb the energy. Because when I interviewed also Dr. Sandra, right, my first question to her was, because I'm Sicilian. My mom raised me to make me think that everybody's out to steal from me, from robbing from me. Right?
Yes.
So it's it's ingrained in my culture. Yeah. And so my first question was, one of my first questions to Dr. Sandra said, look, if I go into a room and there's 5 people there, but then the word spreads, whatever, and the next I go there the next day or the next week or whatever, and there's 100 people there, are they stealing my energy? Am I not getting the benefit because there's too many people in the room? She says, no, the opposite is different. The energy actually amplifies by a factor of 4 times. So you're getting, if you're spending, say, let's say the center's charging $50 an hour and you're doing a minimum 2-hour session, which is what's recommended. You're spending a total of $100. That means for you to get the same benefit, if the room is crowded, you would have to be spending $400. So you want the room to be crowded. More bodies, the more energy. I was blown away when I heard that answer.
That is amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're involved in both technologies, the iTerra or
I'm opening up in Chula Vista, and I'm opening up in Space Coast, which is also Brevard County, and Space Coast is one and the same. Those are the parameters. That was the area that was given to us. Space Coast probably won't happen until June or July, but that's going to happen as a 24-unit system. So we're moving towards that as well. So a lot of exciting stuff. We're going to be able to heal a lot of people. The one in Florida is going to be open 24 hours a day. We're going to be doing a lot of things for pets. We're going to be doing a lot of things for the senior citizens, autistic kids, at no cost, like one day out of the month, overnight sleepovers, the veterans. So we're going to take care of a lot of people.
Okay.
So yeah, it's going to be very exciting. I can't wait to do it.
Yeah.
I was called to do this.
You are so passionate about the things that you've been called to do. That's what I love about
Yeah.
you. Yes.
Yeah. So, look, getting back to the XRP,
okay.
we could close it out by saying this. And again, everything that we talk about is provable in the sense that you can go on the internet and either fact check me and say, Mel, you're a liar. Or you could say, yeah, no, Mel's telling the truth.
Telling the truth.
I just had to plug my thing in before we lose power here.
Okay.
So anyway, when you look at the history over the last, 8, 9 years, what have you, of this crazy thing, 10 years even.
Yes.
Every time there is a meeting with the G7 and the G20 and the G30 and Christine Lagarde and David Schwartz and Brad Garlinghouse being invited down to Antarctica, places that you and I are not allowed to go.
Right.
When you start to realize, wait a minute, there's 27,000 tokens. Only one has got the lawsuit. Yeah, that's the one you should be paying attention to.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Number one. Number two, who's at the meetings? All the important meetings, all of them. It's not Bitcoin. It's not Ethereum.
Wow.
It's not Cardano. It's not anybody. It's always us.
Yes.
Okay. So we know we are the chosen one. It's just a waiting game. Okay. The more they make us wait and the more money we have to throw a few more $100 or a few more $1,000, whatever, every month, the richer we get.
Okay. Okay.
They really want us to be a ruling class. And boy, are we going to be a ruling class.
Yes. That's exciting.
Don't F with Mel. Okay? Because if there's any cabal left over, we're going to crush you like a cockroach.
So where else can we find you other than, we can find you on YouTube at XRPQFSTeam1 and XRPQFSTeam2, but you're also on other platforms, right?
Right. I'm also on Rumble. We're about to hit 20,000 people there. That's just XRPQFS team altogether.
Okay.
No one, no two, just XRPQFSTeam. Together, everybody achieves more. Okay. And that's on Rumble. All the links will be right down below. So it's very easy for you guys to just go down below, show more, and click on your link and just go join us.
Wonderful. Okay. That sounds good. Yeah. Anything else you want us to know, Mel, before we leave?
I think we did a great job and a great service for the newest person just joining. And you guys out there who've been around and maybe a little bit bored of my story, maybe a little bit bored of Dr. Kia's story, the stories are going to stay the same. We're not paying attention to the Janet Yellens. That world's being flushed down the toilet, never to be seen again. Okay. Yes. You guys should be getting all the new people saying, guys, they're going to burn down the old system. Come listen to Mel. Come listen to Kia. You know what I mean? That's what you got. You guys are the digital soldiers. Okay. Without you guys, we are DOA, dead on arrival. Okay. I'm telling you, it's coming.
Yes. Wow.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here, Mel. Thank you for supporting the channel. I love your energy. I love your wife, Amber. She's such a sweetheart. So I appreciate all the information that you shared with us. Family members, I ask you to please go over to Mel Carmine's channels and support him. Like his channels across all social media platforms, share his videos, and just let him know what you think about the information. And also look into the digital assets that he's been talking to us about. And remember to go to the website because his website is very detailed and will tell you about XRP, what it's about, how you can get into it, where the nano ledger is, how you can store your digital asset and keep it in your own possession. And again, that website is, Mel, what is it?
QFS 1776. It's the easiest website in the world to remember. QFS, Quantum Financial System, 1776.com.
All right. So family, I trust that we've said something to raise your vibration and to inspire you to create and manifest the most amazing, magnificent life that you desire and deserve. We both love you so much. Thank you for being part of our soul family. Peace. We love you. Mwah. Bye.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.